so much fucked up shit to get into. Welcome back to Little Stinkers, baby. I'm Michael fucking Rainey, here with my dear friend Jimmy Gillespie. King, how are you?
I'm good. It's actually Queen this month, but I'm having a lot of fun.
Queen Jimmy Gillespie?
Yeah.
And Queen Jimmy Gillespie is here with us tonight because our beloved Cal DonJolla was arrested at the Grateful Dead concert last Friday night for selling bootleg grilled cheeses.
Yeah.
We're going to get him out.
Well, I hope so.
We will.
Good grilled cheeses. So.
But yeah, we're in the process of freeing him, and I have a feeling he's going to be out very soon. So
yeah, he's making prison grilled cheeses right now, dude.
Stay strong in there, brother. He's making toilet grilled cheese.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, what consists of a prison grilled cheese?
Making tomato soup in the toilet, dude. My boy a dipper.
Jacob from Mattera, how are you?
Hello, hi.
Jeff Simmons, welcome, brother. Jake, this is 3 weeks in a row you've had a cool hat on.
Thank you. You know what? You came at my hat the one time. I was like, I got to get them back. And now I'm just going to stunt on you week after week with the new collection of hats.
You've always had that hype beast in you, and now it's taken over you.
Oh, it's roaring right now. I'm like, hippie roaring.
The first thing that Jimmy said to Jake when he sat on his couch was, yo, you ever see Heavyweights? Which is like the big dog version of fucking Under the Tuscan Sun. Yes, of course you see Heavyweights, dog. Does that movie hold significance?
Oh, that movie is the greatest movie that they could never fucking make again. I swear to God.
Is it because all the actors are dead?
They are dead. They are dead. And you know why. But yeah, they could never even try, you know, because it's, I don't know, all the fat kids would have to be trans, and it would just be so hard to film. What do you feed them?
Dude, Hard to Film would make a very cool fat trans action movie.
Hard to film because they can't be in frame, or it's hard to be the cameraman.
Yeah. Uneven Seagal is hard to film.
They move so fast. That's the thing about them.
Slop motion. See, we're gonna make it.
Yeah. I'm in.
You are a delight, sir.
Oh, stop it!
I'm so glad
terror.
you're here with us. Listen, I don't even think we need to flip the coin tonight.
No.
And I would feel, honestly, I would feel like I'm bastardizing what that coin represents if we flipped it. Because every week, John likes to flip it in the hopes that he'll get in a Practical Jokers episode. But I don't even want to even entertain the idea of Impractical Jokers tonight.
He forfeits it.
Oh, Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
Are you an Impractical Jokers, man, Jimmy?
Oh, like 15-year-old me is like, yeah. But like me now, dude. I'm off the wagon. I'm sober. I'm sober off those dudes.
Sober?
Fucking the fat guy got handsome, and now I can't watch it. It hurts my eyes.
Which one was the?
Q.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is pretty hot.
He got hot now. He like turned into a silver fox, and now I can't watch. Since I don't believe it anymore.
You can't laugh while being hard. Is that what you're trying to say?
Listen, it's hard. I can't watch Saturday Night Live either because there's no fat white guy. There's no. It's hard. I need to see some. I need to see me.
Representation matters.
I didn't realize why everyone was stoked about The Little Mermaid until there was no more fat white guys on TV, and now I'm like, all right, what's up,
Jimmy? Might I add, your hair looks beautiful,
dude. I'm using Jennifer Aniston's shampoo now.
I can tell.
It's called La Voix.
Whoa.
Yeah, it makes you hot in 97. It's like crazy. I've been crazy. Like people are like, that guy's been crazy bangable for 25 years.
Yeah, I'm actually using David Schwimmer's cum.
David Swimmers.
Boys, this gentleman tonight. So I figured we're going to go light, then we're going to go heavy. Because the next episode that we're filming for Little Stinkers is Albert Fish level fucked up.
Man.
So this is a guy, he's almost like an anti-stinker in the sense that he was doing very fucked up shit, but he was quite the gentleman about it.
All right.
So this gentleman's name is Frank Costello, a mafia man. Do you like mafia men, Jimmy?
Yeah, love him.
Yeah, what do you like about him?
I like the hat. I like the jacket. I like the cigars.
Yeah,
I like the whole. It's almost like I don't know. used to play this game on Xbox called Mafia 2.
Okay.
And it's like Grand Theft Auto, but it's set in like Mafia days, and it's like it was a really fun game. I spent like countless hours like smacking women around. You know what I mean? Just fucking laying the law down.
Well, dude, to that point, when I played Grand Theft Auto 3 first, the summer that it came out, and I stopped playing because there was a point where like I was driving and the thought popped in my head that I should swerve onto the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Did you have those kind of thoughts when we were playing Mafia 2? Like, have you seen a lady on the street?
You know what? It was.
Oh, my wrong.
It was a lot. It was a fun game, but like with Grand Theft Auto, I like to be a good citizen. I like to live within the rules of society. Like, I'll stop at red lights and shit. Like, fucking in Mafia 2, like, I would go up and I would taste the sauce and I would just fucking batter whoever was stirring it. Like, I would just it's extremely detailed, Mafia 2. Like, you go
can
up,
make gravy in Mafia
you can
2?
make gravy in Mafia 2 down to the
awesome.
littlest detail.
Just
You know what I
stuck on
mean? You
level
turn the
7.
you fucking
Taste your mother's tongue.
it's yeah. Just you get fucking whacked with a wooden spoon. It's crazy.
What kind of berating would you do to this guy?
Oh my god!
What would you say? What's wrong with that sauce?
Oh, first off, there's no pork in it. You know what I'm saying? You need to have the pork in it because that's the flavor. You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
I don't know, dude.
Well, this gentleman was known as the Prime Minister of the Underworld. Very cool name.
Good eye. Yeah.
Also known as Uncle Frank, which is very
Okay.
endearing. Are you an
Very, very crazy spectrum for nicknames.
They are. I
Very
feel like a lot
far
of
apart.
Dude, there's a guy that I'm going to mention later
Yeah.
named Vincent the Chin Gigante, who looks like a lot like a thick John McKeever. He had some very funny nicknames, and I think my favorite was the Odd Father, because he would roam the streets in a bathrobe because he wanted the public to perceive him as insane.
Oh my god, that's a good move.
Yeah, I
though.
like it. Yeah,
That's how I got out of jury duty. Should have been a bathrobe.
This gentleman was born January 26, 1891 in Calabria, Italy. Jake, are you familiar with Calabria?
No, I have no idea where that is.
Oh, my family's Calabrian.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
how it's pronounced, Calabria?
Yeah.
I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it.
It's fine. I'm fake Italian.
All right, well, it's Calabria from here on out. Thank you for correcting me, Jimmy. Jake, it's actually the toes of the boot.
Oh, little tippy toes.
Little
Yeah.
suckers.
Sucking on them piggies.
Are you a toe man, Jimmy? Or a toe queen?
No, God, no. No, but I do like to send like foot dom videos to my friends.
How do you foot bomb somebody?
Oh God. Oh God.
What do you do?
I did like talk to somebody one time on a dating app that was like asking me like if like I would like put his socks in my mouth and stuff. And I was like no, but I wanted to say yes because I wanted to see like what the conversation would be like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I got cold feet.
So our friend Frank Costello grew up poor. And when I say poor, Jake, I mean this motherfucker was po.
He was Poe. He sold the last two letters of the word. That's how poor he was.
He was stirring the gravy with his forearm because they couldn't afford a spoon. But his father dreamed of a better life for them in America. So he's like, fuck it. I got to go to America and make something happen for this family. So he came to New York City, and he took a couple of his siblings with him. And I believe he left behind 3 of his kids.
Okay.
So it was Frank, a brother, and a sister. He came over to America. He opened up a little grocery store. And he was able to afford a couple boat tickets. So there were 3 of them left. So it was the wife, little baby Frank, and one of his sisters.
Okay.
But he was only able to afford 2 boat tickets. So one of the sisters had to stay in Italy. She was the last
Damn.
one.
Damn.
Continue to live. That's awesome. It's on there like the Little Mermaid, stuck in Cassiopeia. What's it called? Calabria?
Yeah,
Calabria.
Calabria. Yeah, she's back in Calabria, dude. Just her and her mustache by herself.
So the mom and the baby come over. And the mother, the only thing that she brings with her is a gravy pot.
That's awesome.
This is every Italian story.
That's how Italian babies are born.
It's an Italian broomstick.
That's how you
They fly her in a stock pot.
But she says, like, he says that when they were on the boat together, his mother told him that she kept him stowed in the pot.
Whoa.
So this little Italian boy in a little gravy pot, Jake.
God, that's
cuteness overload, buddy.
yeah. That's a tale as old as
Yeah.
time.
Jimmy, if I told you that I had a pot for you, and I would bring it in here, would you be willing to sit in it for the rest
I
of
would
the time?
sit in it.
Fuck, I wish I had been
I
able
would
to
sit
buy
in
that
it. There
pot.
is actually a picture of me in my grandmother's stock pot somewhere. But like all of the childhood photos of me are lost. You know what I mean? Like I've been evicted so many times, dude, that like I just tell people I was born 25 years old.
Well, dude, you
It's
make a good
conceivable.
baby now. Why don't you take some?
I know, dude. Old ladies tell me I look like a cherub all the time.
You are cherubic. You both of you are.
We're,
You want to have an angel off? Who can kick their feet the cutest?
God, let's do it right now. 3, 2, 1. Feet kick.
What are we doing?
this is
All right, Jeff, you be the judge.
Being
Jeff,
an
who do you
adult
pick,
is hard.
Jimmy or fucking Jake? Jimmy, all right.
son of a bitch.
All right, there's going to be more parts to this test,
All right.
Jake. So you only lost.
I have the hair right now, dude.
You do.
Yeah.
He's he's jealous.
Jake's hair is more emblematic of baby hair. Jimmy, you
Yeah.
got like
Like a hot baby.
70s girl.
Yeah, yeah. I have like Mamas and the Papas girl hair right now, dude. Like a fat hot.
Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah, yeah.
Or a Fortune
Yeah,
Feaster.
yeah, Fortune Feaster. Yeah, I'm Fortune Feed Bag, dude.
So,
I'll beat her the fuck up, by the way.
who you going to beat up? Fortune Find?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, no.
Nah, she's cool. She's cool for now.
Does seem like a
Until
nice
we
lady.
see each other. So on when I see her.
So the Costellos, they set up shop in East Harlem. And one of the things that, so that's got the grocery store. And Lil Frankie is a little badass, Jake.
Okay.
He's a little bad boy. He's running the streets. He's running wild. And he's got no time for school. He will go to school, but, you know, he's on borrowed time there.
Yeah.
And he joins a little gang. They get into a little bad boy gang shit.
Damn, what's her name?
What's her name?
Damn, what's her
The
name?
gang name.
The 104th Street Gang.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, that's famous, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's like a wrestling move that they call the 104th Street Slam or some shit
Well,
like that.
that'd
That's a fucking piece of knowledge that I wish I didn't have.
Jake, here's your chance to make up for losing the first heat of that baby competition.
All right.
Why don't you 104th Street Slam Jimmy?
Yeah, dude.
I don't want to break any furniture in here.
All right, that's fair enough.
I will do it.
Yeah,
but-
this couch is on life support. You ever defibrillate a cushion? It's so fucking crazy.
I got an AD machine from Raymore Flanagan.
Oh my god.
I got it on
I can't wait for us
clearance.
to get up and the couch goes.
So this is kind of cool. One of the guys who Frankie Costello reported to was the gentleman by the name of Lupo the Wolf.
Whoa, that's a cool name.
Did you ever have a boss with a cool nickname like that?
Yeah,
What was his nickname?
I had a boss. His name was Joel, and people called him the Meatball.
Why was that?
His shape.
Oh,
He was Puerto Rican. It was just his shape. It had nothing to do with what he was. It was crazy, but he was the Meatball, dude.
Meatball.
He was awesome. He died, but he was good.
all right. I knew a meatball that died.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a former student.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, nice kid.
Damn. Did you ever have a cool nickname?
No, my mother, thank God she stopped doing this, but there was a period of time where my mother would refer to me as Booty.
Booty?
Yeah.
What about you?
Me, I was a lovebird.
Lovebird.
Lovebird walking around the
Damn.
house.
Who would call you that?
Oh, Mamma Mia. We're
Your
getting in a
mother?
therapy session now. Oh yeah. So little lovebird.
Come here, lovebird.
What kind of stuff are you
No,
doing to be called
Lovebird.
Lovebird, Jake?
Just
Fucking writing poems.
doing
Making mom a
cartwheels.
coupon book.
Yeah.
2 free kisses. Signed, the Lovebird.
Damn, you know my life story. now.
Mom, Mom, you finna roll up in this bird bath. We gonna take care of something. Jake, why you lighting candles to hang out with your mom? What the fuck?
You really were a Lovebird, Jake.
Yeah, I was a
You
lovebird.
love bird.
I was a lovebird. I was cooing, spreading my wings and flying.
Sing your what does a lovebird sound like? Ooh. It's like 5 a.m. He's like out your window. That's crazy. Oh, fucking crazy. That's an awesome fucking nickname.
Thank you.
I only had one nickname ever. It was a high school baseball coach who called me Meat.
That's a good one.
I hated it. I was like, I'm cool and hot. Call me Meat, dude. I wanted to get. And he was
That's a strong nickname.
He was like 5 foot even. I was like, fuck you,
no, dude.
Shrimp.
But dude, that's a good thing about getting a nickname from a small man is you don't have to accept it.
Yeah.
I think you got to be at least 5'8" to accept a nickname.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes.
5'8"
5'8" and under can't give out nicknames. You can't even name pets.
Mommy, what's this cat's name?
Oh God.
You gotta get your mom to name it.
2 kisses and a cat's name.
Got a lot of coupons right when I get home.
So I don't know if I added this, but Frank Costello's name when he came from the old country was Francesco Castiglia.
That's a cool name too.
It is cool.
Yeah.
He didn't
Sounds
change
like a
it till
dish.
Frank Costello till later, till he started dealing in stolen booze.
Oh shit.
Little rum runner.
Yep. Now, he was a bad boy when he was younger. He became known for his gentle approach as he got older. But when he was a kid, he was a real little badass. So much so, he was locked up for 2 really bad things. What do you think they were, Jake?
Really? You said really bad things?
Yeah, they were
and
pretty
you
bad.
You were serious, so
Yep.
I'm assuming rape.
Not that bad.
No, okay. Domestic assault.
He did beat up a lady.
Okay. Yeah.
He robbed her and roughed her up.
Arson.
No.
That was a popular one back then. They're like, fuck it, I'll burn it.
It was a good one, but the other one that he engaged in besides beating up this lady and robbing her with his friends
Robbery.
was a hammer attack.
That's its own charge.
Yeah, it is.
Hammer attack.
Hammering.
That's awesome.
We have a friend who attacked a lady with a hammer.
And he's a friend.
Oh, wow.
He's a great guy, and if you meet his wife, you'll understand.
Listen.
I need to know who this is. Oh, my God. I have no idea
He
what
just
you said.
mouthed
I was
Elton
trying
John.
Donald Duck suit, Jake. Ring a bell. I'll tell you when we're
Okay, yeah.
But when he was talking about his violent past, people remarked about how he was such a gentleman later on in life. And they had a hard time reconciling how he could be such a bad person then and seem like such a gentleman now. To which he replied, "Tough times make men eat red pepper."
I like that. That's like a presidential quote from a woman.
It is.
Damn.
I actually have that tattooed on my ribcage.
I got that tattooed on my pizza.
Damn.
In 1914, he falls in love with a lady by the name of Bobby Geigerman.
Well, that's confusing.
With an eye. Bobby with an eye and a heart.
Bobby
A
with an
heart-
eye.
A heart over the eye. I hope.
It was Bobby Guy Mercedes. Come on.
Jimmy, was there ever a point where you spelled Jimmy with a heart?
I got really into Hendrix for like 2 years. I went Jimi for a minute.
Yeah.
And people were like, so like everyone in the world was like, cut it out.
Like, no, it's
now.
cool. My baseball coach gave it to me.
Yeah.
My
He
little ass
actually-
baseball
He
coach.
actually stopped calling me Meat. I'm actually Jimi Hendrix now. Yeah, dude.
He falls in love. He gets married to Bobby Geigerman. Shortly thereafter, he ends up doing a year in the pen for a gun charge.
A year.
A year, yeah.
Something slight.
Yeah. And you know what? It had such a profound effect on him that he rarely carried a gun after those gun charges.
1914, being a Muslim must have been nuts. Muhammad Costello, dude.
So he gets out in 1916, and he's still a little of a bad boy. He's still robbing and stealing a little bit, but he's starting to realize, like, this isn't sustainable over the long term. he realizes like, all right, I might need to just make some headway within this gang and try to like build up a name for myself that doesn't revolve around petty crime. So he starts doing some things for the local gangs that kind of put him in a higher regard. And he becomes known as a gentleman over time. And he starts carrying more and more influence with people that associate Tammany Hall, which was a major political congregating place.
Damn.
For that time. And people that had influence there had influence over judges, policemen, local politicians.
It's like Ozarks.
What's the Ozarks?
Oh, like
The show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full influence.
What is Ozark?
Is that show?
TV
on
show with
Netflix?
Jason Bateman.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll show you an episode after this.
All right. Make me a coupon.
So it's through these associations that he makes at Tammany Hall that he's able to buy influence in his next endeavor, which is in bootlegging.
Okay.
Did you guys, I snuck you in a little hooch tonight. You guys sipping?
I'll sip right now.
Sir.
So you can thank Frank Costello for those beers tonight.
Oh.
No, thank you, Frank.
Job not well done. This tastes like shit.
He's able to associate, pardon me, with famous gangsters, people like Meyer Lansky, Bugsy Siegel, Lucky Luciano, Arnold Rothstein. They're all in cahoots in regards to this bootlegging scheme.
Okay.
And it's during this time that Frank Costello becomes known for the revolving bar that he creates. So at speakeasies, they became accustomed that law enforcement was going to break in and kind of raid the place and lock everybody up for petty shit.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, how can we cut down on this shit? He invents the revolving bar. And the first one is put into the club that he owns called Club 21. And when people break in, he hits a button and the bar turns around and there's no bar there all of a sudden.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah, man.
fucking insane.
Jake has a revolving bed in his bedroom. Did he ever tell you that?
You have a revolving bed?
Yeah, man, it gets pretty wild in there.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I have a heart-shaped bed from a fucking like penthouse suite.
Is it a blow-up bed?
Yeah, I snuck it out the window. Yeah, dude.
So he quickly becomes the bootleg king.
Okay.
Do you know who the bootleg king of Philly was?
No.
A gentleman by the name of Boo Boo Hoff.
I don't know what's real and what's fake anymore.
We need to go down to Philly and see Boo Boo.
So he's in cahoots with a fellow named Dwyer. And it's around this time when he becomes in cahoots with this guy named Dwyer, he changes his name to Costello, which I didn't know this until recently, but Costello is an Irish name.
What?
I feel even worse now because I vandalized an older couple named Costello. I vandalized their front door one night, and I feel even worse now that I know they're not Italian.
Yeah, fucking Rainey's pouring fucking bottles of ragu in their mailbox. She's like, oh, she'll show them.
It wasn't far off. I was dumping a bottle of ketchup and a bottle of mustard on their front door.
Oh. Cardinal sin.
Yeah.
Now, I will add, I might have actually mentioned this before on this podcast, but
Yeah.
I was probably still fucked up from getting blackout drunk the night before. But my neighbors who lived next to this old couple whose door I vandalized, which I still feel terrible about, I was leaving my friend's house, and I got in my car, and you know, like, when you're fucked up, you're hungover, and you have to be up early, that feeling where you're just, like, taking a second to be like, fuck, do I have to do this right now?
Yeah.
And you know what you're in for that day. I'm sitting in my car just looking at the steering wheel, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a car creeping by, and as I look toward the car, I'm almost certain that it was Mr. Costello, who was an older fellow. However, the guy that was in the car was wearing a mask.
What?
And then he just drove off.
He was literally on his way to do the same thing.
You'd be getting fucked up all night.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a dude, he had, drove past, he had ketchup and mustard in his car.
Giant hot dog suit.
Speaking of which, our hot dog place, I'm not thrilled with it. Their door was locked the other day when they said they were going to be open.
Oh no.
Yeah. We
You
got
guys
a
have
couple
a hot dog place?
We got a couple around here, Jimmy. And
Have you guys been to Relishes?
I have. I ended up going there and I really enjoyed it the second time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have him
Oh, so
back.
they had a situation where they needed to be redeemed.
Mm-hmm.
Relish is fucking
I didn't relish it the first time.
no. How do you dress your dog up? What are you getting?
I usually get the special sauce, mustard, and raw onions.
Damn, I'm a kraut guy.
I do like kraut too.
I'm
Okay.
a kraut lord.
I
What do
do
you?
kraut with kielbasa.
I'm either kraut or Captain Crunch. Nothing in between.
Oh,
Jimmy,
What?
you're a Captain Crunch man on
Captain
hot
Crunch on the dog.
oh
You can just say anything when you're fat, and people will just believe it. They're just like, damn.
that do be true though.
So in 1926, Frank Costello and his buddy Dwyer, they get indicted. So Dwyer goes away. Oh, wait, initially there's a hung jury. Then Dwyer goes away for 2 years for bribery.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, what do you like about hung juries? You little damn devil.
The long dick jury. Now that's what I'm talking about.
You're
That's,
out of
now
order.
that's justice. Now that's governing.
Sustained.
I don't want no short dick juror. Mad as hell up there.
So Big Bill Dwyer goes away. And now at this time, Frank Costello is able to gain some headway. There are turf wars that are taking place in the late 20s.
This kid's so sexual. You know that?
He is. He just
Headway.
oozes sex appeal.
Yeah.
Headway is like he had an electric shock.
Like, headway is so funny. That's next time I get blown, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I fucking made some headway. It was fucking crazy.
That's headway, bitch.
I made some headway. It was fucking nuts.
So during this time, there's a lot of infighting in the mafia in New York City, and there's two families, the Masseria and the Manzanos. They're at war.
Damn.
So at this time, Frank Costello, Lucky Luciano, they're two guys that are looking to move ahead. But right now, they're kind of like lower men on the totem pole, but they are gaining influence. So their best course of action was to team up and convince a few of their cohorts to work together to knock off the two heads of the Masseria and the Manzano families.
Whoa.
So they're able to knock out the two heads of those two families. And in that, they're able to rise through the ranks. Now, at this point, they have a little more influence with those two top dogs gone. And Lucky Luciano, he suggests and plays a large part in forming something called the Commission, which is like the collaboration of the five families now.
Holy shit. Okay. Mm-hmm. This is like the birth of that.
It is the birth of that.
Wow.
So there's two underlings now.
Holy shit.
There's Vito Genovese is the underboss. So put that name in your back pocket for later.
Already forgot it.
And put it in Jimmy's front pocket if you don't mind me asking.
Good luck getting in there.
And Frank Costello becomes the consigliere of Lucky Luciano's new family. Isn't that nice? You got a new family.
Look at that. That's a nice
Part of the family
do-over.
now.
What do you think you get for a new boss who starts his own family?
Man.
Dude, I actually had this happen when I when I was with my old family and we were squatting in this house. My parents' dealer ended up like coming over to sell them drugs and then like decided that he lived there now. And he rose the ranks of our family.
Was he a good guy?
He was good at what he did. I'll say that. He was a bootlegger in his own right. And I ended up joining that family business. So it was like I watched an entrepreneur rise the ranks, in live.
Damn.
It's crazy.
He even got you talking Southern?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just gotta let him have it.
Yup.
Would you be willing to divulge a little bit more about this, or are you good?
Oh
right
yeah,
there?
yeah. Yeah. So like I feel like I said everything basically. So my
is
parents'
nuts, man.
dealer moved into my house.
His name was Elon Musk.
Yeah. You might have heard of him. Yeah. Yeah, and this dude decided I'm just going to live here cuz we got a good thing going. You do drugs, I have drugs. You live here and don't pay anything. I would like to also do that. And so then boom, and then you have a dealer in your house.
Damn, dude.
It's fucking crazy, dude. I used to come home from school and go into my house. My friends would already be there buying drugs. I'm like, oh, what's up, dudes? I'm like, oh shit. It's like a crazy thing.
You guys remembered my
But
birthday.
you gotta watch. I'm like, for all this for me, little old me. No, it's crazy. I love the entrepreneurial spirit of a squatter. You have to give respect where it's due, no matter the circumstance.
Would he help make dinner?
God, yeah. Yeah, hell of a chef. He's the one with, yeah.
Bedtime stories.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. And so I'm sitting there making coupon books for him for Father's Day.
2 kisses.
Yeah, one package in the underwear for free, no charge. I don't know, dude, sneak some into the courthouse. I don't know.
All right, so Prohibition lasts from 20 to 33, and when Prohibition ends, there's really not much use for them to be trafficking this liquor. So they turn to gambling, and narcotics also becomes a significant source of income. But remember that name that I told you put in your pocket and put in Jimmy's front pocket?
Yes.
Vito Genovese.
Vito Genovese,
who eventually becomes known as the King of Heroin. Very cool nickname.
I thought that was Miles Davis.
My mom just slammed her drink on the table. What?
So Vito Genovese is all for including narcotics in the mafia's money-making capabilities.
Whoa.
But Frank Costello is totally against it.
Wait, so
he turned face.
He did, yeah.
He went
He's
from
a
bad
gentleman,
boy.
man.
He went bad boy to good boy.
Before that, is the mob responsible for like our drug epidemic? Because if they had nothing to sell prior to, if they weren't selling drugs necessarily before Prohibition.
I think the government has a lot to do with that, Jake.
Yeah. Whoa.
You have to think about how,
a
like,
different podcast now. Our trustworthy government you're talking about, Mike?
you have to think about how, like, technology and, like, industrial advancement also brings all this. It makes the world smaller. So, like, shit that you couldn't get, you start getting.
Yeah.
And I don't think you could pin it on one group. You could say it's the government. You could say it's Italians. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime.
They're bringing oregano.
They're bringing. They
didn't have oregano before.
They're bringing Reggiano. This is Parmesan. Like
You're rubbing Romano on your cheek, your fucking gums.
Yeah.
Package it up.
Yeah,
Bumps.
this is cut. This is cut.
legit.
This is cut with Parmesan. There's cow's milk in this fucking batch. Got that fucker. That would be my job. that would be yeah, pure Reggiano. Oh, dude.
So Vito Genovese and Frank Costello, they're at odds now.
Yeah.
So this is a long time in the making, and they're at odds, and like this is going to end badly one way or another. But fortunately for Frank Costello, Vito Genovese ends up getting indicted for murder, and he's sent back to Italy.
That's worth the crime, I guess.
Wow.
I think so. That's
God, could you imagine every time you murder someone, you get sent to what's that place in Italy? The island?
Yeah, we're gonna Calabria.
Calabria. That's what.
Yeah, the fucking they sentence him to like 20 years hard time. He's fucking he spends all day thumbing gnocchi.
how did you say it?
Gnocchi.
Damn.
What do you say?
Gnocchi.
And gnocchi?
Yeah.
It's when I was a little kid, I used to be like, "Give me some gnocchis." Like that was my
I'll take your
catchphrase.
word
It's
for
on
it.
my
Yeah.
it's on my fucking ribs, dude.
You're a Calabrian, so I'll take your word for it. I'm not going to argue with you.
I would
about
just
this.
call it fat spaghetti. I didn't know any.
Spaghetti.
Any
Give me the
different type of
pasta
meat.
that looks like combos.
Yeah, exactly.
The pizza ones. Jake thought gnocchi was just raw combos.
Yeah. Oh, they just haven't baked these combos.
He just haven't baked them yet. It's so weird. Yeah, those are my favorite gnocchi.
You're gonna say combos. The pizza combos are my favorite.
I think that's what Delcollo and I should settle on, Italian combos. Instead of arguing over the pronunciation of that word, just Italian combos from here on out.
Yeah, I don't know what to think. I don't know how to say the word regardless, but yours just sounds so off base. Like, I mean, you really put some stank on it.
All right.
You know?
I do. I'll be pronouncing
What
my
do you
own
call it
words
again?
in gnocchis.
And gnocchi.
I think he just likes pronouncing that N.
Like if you taught us, like if you like handed a bag of them to a dude from Mexico, he'd be like, "And gnocchi."
That's what I want, man. And I'm cool with that.
Mike Siesta Rainey.
Mikey Siesta, dude.
I would like to add this too. Frank Costello was
Didn't he like hang out with Frank Sinatra?
the person that I was going to mention that he hung out with was J. Edgar Hoover.
Whoa.
And it sounds like he had some compromising pictures of J. Edgar Hoover, which ended up keeping the federal government off of his tail.
Were they pictures or were they drawings? I've got a drawing of you.
So J. Edgar Hoover had an aide named Clyde, who was a special friend. And it sounds as though Frank Costello was able to obtain pictures of J. Edgar Hoover and Clyde, which bought him a lot of freedom and kept the FBI and the federal government's focus off of the mafia for a very long time.
Whoa.
Now, after Prohibition ended, Frank Costello turned his operation mostly toward gambling. And that really wasn't working out too well in New York, where he wanted to set up shop. And he set up these slot machines. And he billed them as being fucking vending machines.
In every A+ on the East Coast.
Dude, not far off. Because any place that had any kind of like adult congregation, he installed them. And he billed them as being vending machines.
Wow.
Because anytime you played, it would spit out a mint for you.
Oh, okay.
So he was saying that like people are essentially paying for the mint when you're paying to gamble in reality. But Fiorello LaGuardia, the mayor of New York, found out about what was going on, and anytime he found out about these slot machines that our dear friend,
these dang slot machines.
anytime I found out about these slot machines that our friend Frank Costello was putting in these little bars and restaurants all across New York City, Jake, he would collect them and he would dump them in the Long Island Sound.
Whoa.
So the Long Island Sound is probably still full of Frank Costello's
riches.
Yeah.
Damn.
Coin.
Yeah.
Scratch. Scotto. You know what I'm saying? His fucking Scotto's wham, dude, is walking around money, dude. Frank Costello's wham is at the bottom of the Long Island Sound, waiting for somebody to put it in his pocket.
Jimmy, do me a favor. Put your pinky in your belly button and give me some of that Scotto.
Dude, this thing, dude, I took the longest shower ever today, dude.
Oh, God. It's
Robitussin, dude.
Night.
It's mommy juice, dude. That's what they call that. Fucking Jake looks like he's teething. I'm about to take care of that ass.
But when that happens, fucking Frank Costello, he takes the operation down south and is able to make a lot of his gambling money from Louisiana and from Florida.
Damn.
Now, he's cruising right now. In the early 50s, the government starts to poke into the mafia business. And Jimmy, I don't know about you, but I don't like the government poking into my business, brother.
No.
They start poking so much so that a senator sets up these hearings where they're calling people to testify on the during these hearings. They're called the Kefauver Senate hearings. The only one that agrees to testify is Frank Costello. He's like, fuck it. I'm going to prove that I'm a legitimate businessman, because he does have legitimate business dealings. He was asked to come down to Louisiana by the governor of Louisiana to set up these gambling operations. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to show everybody that I'm a legit man. Because that was like one of his things. He had a penchant for the finer things in life, and he always wanted to show everybody that he was a gentleman and that he was obtaining this lifestyle by legitimate means.
Yeah. He got accused of voodoo in Louisiana. They had him come down.
Little shrunken head.
However, he does not look that great during these Senate hearings, and although he does crack the court up at one point.
What's he say?
Because the court's like, he's like, I'm a contributor to this country, and one of the senators calls him out. He's like, what exactly have you contributed to this country? And he says, I pay my tax, and the crowd just burst into laughter.
Oh man.
Yeah, so he did
get
that one in. However, it gets to the point where like they're really starting to grill him, and he's like, fuck this, I'm walking out of here. So he leaves the Senate hearing. And at that point, I guess the jig's up and J. Edgar Hoover can't protect him anymore. He's eventually charged with contempt, and he's also charged with tax evasion. Now, this is the early 50s, and he ends up doing most of the 50s up until 1957 in the pokey.
Damn.
You ever been a pokey, brother? You've been a childhood pokey.
I was in Kid Pokey.
What are your memories of Kid Pokey?
My you know what's funny? Kid Pokey is a pretty fucked up place. One of the guards while I was there got arrested and sentenced to a long...
For poking kids?
He was poking kids.
Oh, no.
While I was in there, dude. It was nuts.
Did you turn yourself around?
Yeah, he did the hokey pokey. It was literally fucking crazy. But another funny thing that made me laugh about I was so fucking miserable when I was in there. But there was one thing that literally made me laugh nonstop to myself. It's that there was breakfast cereal, right? You know how they have the single serve breakfast cereals? You tear the lid off of it.
Yeah.
And just add the milk. The ones that go to the kid prison don't have any of the food dye in it. So you open up a thing of Trix and it's black and white. I laughed my fucking ass off. The jail cereal don't have no color. Can't
beautiful though.
Can't enjoy your breakfast.
Like, no.
Staring at this sad ass bowl of cereal. Looks like a fucking newspaper. It's fucking crazy, dude. I laughed.
You know where you are? You're in Unpleasantville. That's where you are.
That carried me all the way. I was like, damn, the tricks were like not colored. And I was like, holy fuck, I'm not a kid anymore. It was fucking crazy, dude. It was so insane.
Jimmy, were there kid gangs in there?
Yes, it was so funny because like there was like multiple people who had like been like gang affiliated and they were enemies. So like I remember one time I caught like a stray fucking cranberry juice across the fucking cafeteria to the side of my fucking noggin, dude.
Jesus.
And you know, so I picked sides. I got real Aryan. I got real Aryan for 72 hours in there.
Over some cranberry juice.
Over cranberry juice to my fucking temple, dude.
Oh my god.
It's fucking nuts. Nuts. So crazy.
How quickly would you get racist if I dumped some cranberry juice on you right now?
Oh, dude. I like it too much now. I like it. I'd probably lap it up, honestly.
Our buddy Frank Costello gets out in 1957. Within days of getting out, he's walking into his apartment building, and as he's walking in, he hears a guy yell, "Hey, Frank, this is for you." And as he turns around, Fat McKeever, Vincent the Chin Gigante, shoots him in the head.
That's fucking
good
crazy.
line.
It is.
Hey, this is for you, huh?
I got some crazy ass like mafioso dudes in my family. My adopted dad, his grandfather was like a mob ties guy, and they're Sicilian. So the dude and his wife, I think they lived in like South Philly or wherever, and fucking I guess what happened was the wife wanted to divorce him, and so like she like I guess like left and everything, like he wasn't cool with it, but she had ended up like going and staying with somebody, and he found out that she met someone and was gonna marry him, and so he had walked into her work, shot her in both of her knees.
Oh my god!
And was like, "Good luck walking down the aisle." Crazy ass motherfuckers, dude.
That's another good line.
Yeah, dude.
That's terrible.
Nuts. Beyond crazy. And like my dad, like when he tells the story, he's like, yeah, so he walks in, blows her fucking knees off,
Jesus.
delivers this epic line, and like it's almost like he wants everyone to like clap. My mom's like, it's the worst story ever. He's an animal.
She get married?
I was too busy clapping to fucking ever hear the end of the story. Too busy wooing so hard. Throwing roses at my dad. My tail it again. My grandfather, we think he was like mob affiliated. He grew up in West Philly, a bunch of Italians, and he was a little Irish kid who pretended to be Italian his whole life.
Oh, I get that.
Fucking little Jimmy Gillespie, dude. Fucking crazy. He was like, my grandfather was like 5'1" with fucking blue eyes. It was like, I don't know, he just was not Italian, but he just pretended to be Italian his whole life, dude. A miserable fucking existence, dude.
Rachel Dolezal.
He was literally West Philly Rachel Dolezal. It's fucking crazy. But we think he was, because he worked with like bookies and shady money guys, and like we think he knew a little. He probably fucking lied or like held or hid money or something for somebody. He was a little shade ball.
Yeah.
It was fucking crazy.
Jimmy, you are a wild bull, man.
Dude.
With good ass hair.
Dude, I'm so happy. Jennifer Aniston's shampoo has changed my outlook on so much, dude.
What would it take to get you to try Courtney Cox's shampoo?
I want her plastic surgeon. You know what I mean?
She looking good? Cougar Town looking good to you?
She looks good.
All right.
She looks. I'm like, what does she look like to you?
Jared Leto.
I'm like, okay, and
She does look Jared Leto.
Yeah.
and
So where we left
they're
off
both
was
charcuterie to me, dude.
that's actually one of the notes Jake would write to his mom. He's like, "Damn, it's funny you giving me this meat plate because you a charcuterie pie."
You charcuterie pie.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
Damn, mommy.
Jake's like, Mom, lay down. I'm gonna feed you some figs real quick. Put on Young and the Restless. I don't care.
We more of an all my children type.
Damn, mommy. Thank you for all this new drip. You can call me Provolone because I'll be sharp. Well, that's the thing your mom could say to you. That you could say to your mom.
Yeah.
Our friend Frank Costello, he was shot in the head. Fortunately, it didn't pierce his skull. It just grazed him.
Okay.
But he's smart enough to realize, like, he's not like a lot of these guys that have animalistic tendencies and just want to go tit for tat.
Yeah.
Yo, Mom, you got a cedar roll on you? I need this pork pulled.
That's it.
I was sitting there gagging on that sentence for like a minute and a half.
Your broccoli's about to be robbed.
Yeah, Jake's broccoli robbing his mom's panty drawer.
Something about that couch that turns big boys into bad boys.
Jake's like, I'm gonna show you a long hot.
Oh, wait, I got a couple of sweet peppers.
So Frank Costello realizes like he's not long for this game. So he's like, all right, let me see what I can get out of this. He agrees to abdicate his position within the mafia because he realizes Vito Genovese is eventually going to have him killed.
Yeah.
So when they have a meeting amongst the major figureheads, he's like, look, this is only going to escalate. I want to get out now and take on more of a consultant role within the mafia.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right. So the concession they make is that they give him control over all the mafia holdings, the gambling holdings in Louisiana and Florida.
Okay.
What do you want to say, Jimmy?
I'm literally just cracking the fuck up. That's it. Oh man, that's fucking. Please continue.
So they grant him that, and he's able to make money through the gambling in Louisiana and Florida, and he's happy with that.
Yeah.
And I have some bad news for you guys.
Oh no.
In February of 1973, he passes away of a heart attack. A broken heart, if you will, Jimmy.
No.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
What? How old was he then? He was in the 1890s.
73, he's
He lived
82.
He lived a
82.
full ass life.
Yeah, it was a
for
nice
back
life.
then.
Yeah.
That is pretty solid.
However,
Motherfuckers were still getting yellow fever and shit.
dog, this is kind of fucked up. So,
Motherfuckers had sniffles. Killed them off.
yeah, he survived dysentery the whole lot. But dude, there's another guy who he had beef with throughout his mafia career named Carmine Galante, which sounds like a bad boy in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Carmine Galante was locked up while Frank Costello died. So as soon as Carmine Galante gets out in 1974, one of the first things he does is goes to Frank Costello's mausoleum and blows the doors off of the mausoleum.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Now, he was like an underling of fucking Vito Genovese, and he was a big proponent of the mafia making money from drug profits.
Yeah.
So that was his way of saying, like, look, there's a new guy back in town, and we're
Yeah.
going to start selling these drugs.
Damn. Blowing the doors off
I
your
love
mausoleum.
making a statement like that.
What would you blow the doors off of to make a point?
Fucking Raising Canes. Line's too damn long.
Damn.
Jake, what you about to blow up?
Man, right now I don't know. Yeah. Nowhere. My basement door. So I could go down there, huff some dryer fumes, live a nice life.
Jake's convinced that his dryer is poisoning him.
Yeah.
It'd be taking out brain cells left and right.
Really?
Oh,
What's the deal with your dryer?
you know there's a hole in it in the pipe.
Okay.
I just sit there and I work in the basement and I'll just huff all day, put my mouth up to it, run the dryer with nothing
Is it
in
on?
it all the time.
Well, yeah. I put my shoes in there.
Yeah, it's good.
That's crazy.
There's
What kind
nothing-
of dryer do you have? Electric?
I I think it's a hybrid. It's like gas and electric. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
What
if you do
the
have
fuck
gas,
do you need
you
gas
have,
for?
I think if it's gas, like you do have to be concerned, but otherwise, if it's electric,
A
I don't
gas
think you do.
dryer? How the fuck does that work?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do they use what uses the engine?
It's a V6. Yeah.
What the fuck is
No, I
a dryer?
Jake built it himself.
I thought it was a box fan in a shell.
Jake got fired up watching one of the Fast and Furious movies, and then he got tired, so he was like, fuck it, I could probably turn this into a dryer.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. My dryer is a piece of shit. It's I think it's on its last legs. I have no idea how long a dryer lasts. A long time.
You gotta put it down?
I'm gonna take it out back and fucking blow its brains out.
Oh, one other thing I want to add about Frank Costello is the character in The Departed is named Frank Costello, but it has no relation to this fellow. However, the basis of the Vito Corleone character in The Godfather was based on Frank Costello.
Whoa.
In demeanor and in his
What?
voice, too.
You think Al Pacino met him and like had one-on-one?
So he's like,
Because when was that made and when was?
It's funny you mention that. I think the guy who wrote The Godfather, Mario Puzo, may have been in talks in writing his biography,
Okay.
and then he died before that could happen.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I mean, it's conceivable.
So Frank Costello was based like the whole voice and everything.
The voice and the demeanor, and you're able to see it. Like you can go on YouTube and watch those Key Favre hearings.
No wonder they
and you
cracked
see him
up in
talking.
court. They were like, I paid my taxes.
He's got oranges in his cheeks.
Yeah. Get a fucking jawbreaker in. They had candy stores back then, right?
Oh yeah.
They had confectionery. I don't know.
But he was kind of a nice guy. So
He turned it around. It seems like he left a life of crime behind.
He really did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's only really a bad boy when he was a kid, when he was beating ladies up and attacking people with hammers, much like our friend who I'll whisper
You
to you
can come
again.
back from pretty much anything.
You can.
He was the original John Jones, dude.
You mentioned something. You want to mention what you said about digital blackface earlier?
Oh, I got accused of it all the time. I said once, but it's all the time. I share stuff on my Instagram story,
Oh no.
and like 90% of it is like Black Queens shining, and like I had somebody like pull up in my DMs and was like, you can't be like sharing this stuff. It's digital blackface, and I was like, I don't care.
Is this another comedian that's telling you this?
Pretty much anytime that I catch guff, it's from another person doing the same thing as me, which makes me like, you know what I mean? Makes me shop for nail guns. You know what I mean?
Acrylic nail guns? Or?
Yeah,
They
dude.
do be glossing though.
I'm like, ooh. And I type back, and it's like, I film myself typing back with the acrylics. I'm like, how about this?
Dude, that's one of the things I miss about working with middle-aged black women is that acrylic nail sound on a keyboard. Dude, that's ASMR.
Yo.
I got fired from the bank right before I got fitted for my acrylics right before I got fired. I literally,
Just counting the money. Like hold up. One.
sir, you need to stand behind the line. I cannot help you if you raise your voice.
Oh dear God.
Sir. It was I went through like a woman at the bank boot camp. It was nuts.
Oh, my God. Do you keep in contact with any of those ladies?
Yeah, I learned how to chew gum from them.
It's like your tongue's hula hooping.
It literally is. It's I fucking looked up videos of the Hawaii chair, and I just practiced that with my mouth for hours,
Incredible.
just so they would let me eat lunch with them. They're like, we can't be chewing white.
Your last...
I'm like,
when you knew you were leaving there...
I'm doing white chewing. I'm like, making my turkey look too bland.
Jesus
Nose
Christ.
breathing, dude. I had to just start learning to side biting. And they appreciated me.
Jimmy, on your
All they want is effort.
on your last day, did you like put on a show for them with your gum chewing to show them how much you appreciated what they taught you?
My last day was my first day back from having COVID.
Oh no.
And they were like, I literally went in and they were like, yo, while you were gone, we like found someone and we like them. And I was like, damn, but like I like work here. And then so basically it was like my 90 days was like coming up and they were like, so we're not going to put you on. And so I just ended up on unemployment for a little while. But yeah,
were you bummed about that, or
I was, because I liked the bank. I love the bank. I got real good at selling credit cards. When you work at a bank, like pretty much, like it's nothing that you think it's gonna be, and then when you work there, because it's like when you start learning like the credit card and like loans and shit, you start learning like real banker stuff. Back in the day, you used to go meet with your banker, and you would almost like be able to like sell yourself on them. Nowadays, everything gets plugged in, and it spits out an answer, and there's really no actual thing the banker can do.
Yeah.
So, like a big part of my job was like selling credit cards, and one of the things, if they had enough money in their account, the thing will be like, you've been eligible, like you're eligible for like a new credit card, and so I'd be like, miss, I have something to tell you. And she'd be like, what? And I'd be like, you've been pre-approved for a credit card. You should probably sit down with a banker. And I wouldn't talk like that, but that's how they would. That's how the reading modules would tell you how to do it. But yeah, like I used to just like put on a show. It was fun. Damn. I was not cut out for the professional life. I felt like a wild animal in a tie.
brother? The entire time you were doing all that, you had me, and I would take on whatever credit card you recommended.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
You speak to me like that with those acrylics and that gum chewing game.
I had I said the first day I came in and I learned how to like black girl chew. They they went crazy in there.
Would you be able to give like maybe like a 3-step tutorial for the people watching this on how to do that special chewing?
Yeah, so basically it's like let your jaw hang a little, make sure your tongue is constantly in motion.
Are you doing the sign of the cross with the tongue?
Like try to make the piece of gum do a figure 8 in your mouth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Every element of his mouth is doing something right now.
It's crazy, dude. Like yeah. It's crazy. I loved the bank, and you know,
I can tell, man.
I love the bank. All of my heroes are older black women throughout my whole life.
I always felt like HBO should have made a Band of Sisters show based upon older black women that work in banks, Jake.
Damn.
Wouldn't that be nice?
They're not going to leave. Nobody's getting left behind with them.
Girl.
Yeah.
Well, boys, is there anything you'd like to promote before we head out?
Follow me on Instagram at @Gillespie, and follow my podcast at 2 in the Stink podcast.
Yeah, and I'm starting a change petition for John to get him freed from jail. So feel free to sign that. We'll throw that in the Patreon. Yeah.
Jimmy, would you consider writing John a letter to give him some tips that you learned from juvie, which he may be able to apply in the pokey?
Yeah, absolutely. Should we do should we try to get in virtual court? I had virtual court one time.
How'd you make out?
It was so funny because I was literally like dead tired. It was like 7 a.m. And I hopped on the video court, and it's so funny because like it was just me and the judge, and I don't know why they did this, but they panned over to my parents, and I don't know why they needed to do this, but they panned over to my parents, and my mom is like hysterical
Because she's on camera?
She's both because she's on camera and because I'm in a green jumpsuit because I smoked weed.
God damn!
It was bananas. It was literally like. It was so unreal.
Imagine getting convicted in virtual court.
Like, I know. Like, why would they put you through that?
I was on probation for being a bad boy, and I couldn't stay off the grass.
Okay.
And so they gave me a bunch of chances. They actually gave me I failed 10 drug tests, and then the 11th one, she was like, I have to. She's like, I have to lock you up. I'm like, come on. come on. She was my probation officer was so hot. I was like, I just wanted to hang out with her. I was throwing my life away to like just sit in her office. I'm like, do you know how much pot I have to smoke to come see you? Like, it's so annoying. It's tearing my money apart.
See, if I was a judge, I'd throw away the case right there.
Jimmy, do you ever message her now just to tell her how well you're doing?
What, you want to hear something disgusting? I looked her up on Facebook 2 days ago.
Oh no!
Because I was deleting old emails, and I used to like email her and be like, "Yo, I'm like thinking like we should set up an appointment." Like, I'm like, I don't know what you're doing on Tuesday, but I'm available.
Dude,
It was so
funny.
fucking. I was like suave talking a probation officer. I was so corrupted.
Jake, anything you want to tell your probation officer?
Oh no! You know what it is. Have it ready by 6. I don't know what that means.
All right. Free Jon Delcollo.
You'll free him.
If you're watching this on Patreon, thank you for becoming a patron. If you're not, consider becoming a patron. It's the best way to support us.
And make sure you buy an I Can't Cheese shirt.
Yes, buy one of those shirts from Jimmy. And also, yeah, you could please support us on Little Snickers Patreon. You get every episode a week early. We're about to record an episode just for patrons. Every month there will be one episode that's just for patrons. We're going to be putting all of our sketches on there.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a movie watch along in the coming weeks.
Oh, nice.
We're watching Naked Gun once Cal DonJolla is freed.
Yeah.
And we're doing our book club meeting. We're reading it's
Damn, you
a
guys
book
have all
about
sorts of activities.
brother. We're reading a book about the Philadelphia Black Mafia.
Can I please join? How
You
do I
can.
join the book club?
Yeah.
Is it a patron thing?
Yeah, anybody can do it. Yeah,
Okay.
the book club meetings are only for patrons.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what book we're reading, and if you want to take part, we'd love to have you.
I love books.
But yeah, all that's possible.
I love books. Application to college.
And all that shit's possible because of the support we get from patrons. So, also you get our access to our live monthly AMAs, which are the most fun that I have.
They're
doing
so much
podcasts.
fun.
It's the fucking best.
John getting roasted in the one last time was
Yeah, somebody told John that he looks like he shouldn't have teeth.
it was so fucked up.
Yeah, but anything you want to know about us, feel free to ask us in the live AMAs. But yeah, we do those for every month for patrons. So all that stuff just for becoming a patron. You can do that by going to patreon.com/Lil Snickers. That's LILSTINKERS. All right. Anything else want to add?
Love you, fam.
Jimmy, thank you for that gum tutorial. Love you guys, and we'll see you next week. Later. There's so much fucked up shit to get into.
Lil Snickers.